yes, the content which she speaks of, you wouldn't respect somebody for that, but her integrity, her integrity plays a part. I don't care if you eat shit and you tape it and you put it online. There's a certain amount of integrity that you're supposed to carry yourself with along with the shit eating. Maybe,
even if you literally eat shit or you put SpaghettiOs in your pussy.
Maybe that's a bad example. You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm d.respect.
He's got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
I'm from New York. You know what I mean? We like to eat out here. You
gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm done.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're good doing the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there.
Alright, I'm going to do the dance. Let me know when you're going to roll the thing.
All right, go ahead.
I love myself. The world is something and Compton. I love myself. Oh, yeah, I'm dancing now. Is this good? Is this good what I'm doing?
That's just perfect, Kendrick. It's great.
Is it cool that I'm doing this elbow thing? I mean, you don't think people are going to think it's weird?
Just as long as you're doing it with the right hand and not the left.
All right, I'm good. I love myself.
With the right. There you go.
I love myself.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn on the chicken dance music right now.
What if I do the left? What if I do the left elbow though?
I think the bit's dead.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty bad. Ooh, that was a stinker.
You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm d.respect. This episode of the Double D's podcast is brought to you by yet another intimate evening with Anthony Fantano, New York City, this Wednesday. Yes, this Wednesday. Today is the 17th. Tomorrow's the 18th. And Wednesday is the 19th, November 19th, 7:30 p.m. at NYU in the Kimmel building, which is 914. Join Anthony Fantano, and I will be there as well. This time, unfortunately, Dom won't be there. But to take Dom's place is the incomparable Cal Chichester. He will be there.
God damn, I can't believe
He will be there. You won't be able to see Cal. Cal's going to be there. We're going to take pictures. We're just going to go fucking crazy, just Cal and I. Yeah, just gonna turn shit up. I'm going to turn shit up. So don't forget also that this is a free event, ladies and gentlemen. This is a free event. The last time that he held this event in Brooklyn, you had to pay for it. You don't have to come out of your pocket. It's free. You come. It's a first come, first serve kind of thing. Doors open at 7:30, but we would advise people to get there at 6:30. If you want to get there at 7, just to ensure that you'll be there, to be seated. So, intimate evening with Anthony Fantano this Wednesday, the 19th, at the Kimmel building. The information will be in the description below.
Just go, you guys. You know you're not doing anything anyway. Bring a girl or go there to meet a nice cutie pie NYU girl. It'll be nice. She'll be smart. She probably has getting a degree in psychology or something. You can talk to her about stuff. Why am I trying to convince you? Go. You know you're going anyway. Just do it.
She can talk to you. So when she's telling you about her college courses, everything is tied to Freud. I mean, I just think it's such a Freudian thing. But
Oh yeah. Go on, please.
It's Freudian. It's like Freud.
I'm interested.
Freud. And then there was Freud, right?
Yes.
That's
you
what I
are so
learned.
smart. You are so smart, and everything you say is great.
That's what I learned last week, that it had to do with Freud and my mother and Freud. Freud.
Oh my god. That's terrible.
That's the type of stuff we do on this podcast.
If you say hi to a girl that you meet at the concert, she will say it as catcalling, and you will end up on the internet. So don't talk to any girls ever again in your life.
In life. Don't ever speak to girls again.
In life. Don't ever. Even if she's your girlfriend, don't talk to her, okay? She's going to make a video about you and say you catcalled her. Don't talk to her.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I have 2 glasses of water today, so I overfilled. And
this is more than you usually drink?
Yeah, usually I only have 1 cup.
1 cup of that's not good, man.
Yeah, no, just 1 cup.
No,
I know. During the day, no, man.
You were recommended to at least drink about 8 glasses a day.
I think it depends on how big the glass is. You know what I'm saying?
We're getting into a philosophical. We're getting into a Freud conversation here. Freud.
I drink. All right, let's do this in coffee cups, okay? Let's not say glasses. How many coffee cups are you supposed to drink a day? Would it be like round up 12?
How many coffee cups are you supposed to drink? You're not supposed to drink coffee.
No, not coffee cups filled with water. You say a glass of water. You're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water.
Okay. I get you.
What would that be in coffee cups?
What would that be in coffee cups? I would probably say that would split up into like half. So it'd be about 16 coffee cups, maybe.
Oh, Jesus Lord. I think I do maybe... On workout days, I'm probably doing maybe 11, 12. On a regular day, I probably don't reach that many. I gotta drink more water, man. Let me start right now. Hold up.
Drink more water, or you might die. Nicely done. I like
my Kendrick impression is so bad, dude. I wish I could make it better. He sounds like a Latino alien.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't sound Latino. He sounds French. He sounds Haitian.
Really?
Yes, he does. Do it again.
I love myself, man. I just want you to know that, all these kids in Compton.
See that? These kids. That's a French thing.
That's how he talks, dude.
That's how you talk, sir.
No, it's him.
Don't project your
him.
fucking speech shit all over Kendrick. Don't do that.
Listen to him talk. Did you see his set in SNL? His live set?
No, I did not.
It was good. He did I Love Myself, and he did, he was all, his hair was nappy as fuck, and only one side of it was braided. It was really weird. You notice he's been really shabby lately. He's been, like, unshaven, kind of walk around with his hat on, like, ugh, I don't give a fuck, man, it don't matter. All that matters is the song. And, his right side of his head, all fucking nappy. He did a chicken dance. He was all sweaty. It's pretty cool.
His look lends itself to the sort of person that we perceive him to be right now, which is a person who's working constantly, a person who's at the forefront of all this shit.
Right.
And it's like he'll look back 20 years from now and say, like, that was a time when I was at my prime, and I didn't give a shit what I looked like.
I'm probably gonna skip when his new album comes out if it's on there. I'll just right there, All right, I'm familiar with this song. I hear it on the NBA promos all the time. I'm good. They played a new song with some chick singing the hook, and it was him and J-Rock. It was okay. I didn't like the hook at all.
Yeah, that was Pay For It.
Pray for it, pay for it.
You're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I don't like the hook, man. What's with this stuff, man? I think these female singer hooks are a swing and a miss. You know who it's a real miss for is Eminem.
Sia. I thought you were going to say Sia. Well, Eminem, yeah, when he features Sia.
Ugh, no, Skylar Grey too, man. She's get the fuck
there's
out
her
of
too,
there.
right.
Yuck, man. Who did Won't Back Down? And I won't
I think that was Pink.
down.
Hold up. Eminem.
Something your doors. Yeah, that one too. In the Rihanna ones, I don't want to hear her sing on a hook.
Yeah, that was
either.
Pink. That was Pink, yeah.
Yuck, man. That's redemption, Eminem.
You're right. See, Pay For It would be a much better record if not for that hook, because that beat's amazing. And J-Rock starts the song off pretty well too, but Kendrick takes it to another level. But you're gonna pay for it. It almost like it doesn't blend. It just doesn't go well together.
She's belting out that tune, and you're right. It's a little jarring.
It's uncalled for. Even though the song starts out with, which maybe you should just expect it by the second hook. I know J-Rock's album's actually coming out soon. I heard his
an actual album, no weird mixtape or some shit.
Well, I heard his first single, and that was pretty good.
Oh, is that the dun 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 dun?
Yes,
dun, dun. That's a good one.
It sounds like something that the Game would make. Parental Advisory. It sounds like a record that I would see the Game do, which I think that's a great thing because I miss the Game. I don't know where the fuck he's been
Isn't he on Love and Hip Hop?
No, he's not. He's not on Love.
Yeah, he is. I saw him on there.
I don't know, but it's got that kind of hop to it, like the sort of record that the game would make. So I'm hoping J Rock's album is dope, man. I really am.
I've been impressed by all of his features that he's been on, but I don't. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with his own album, because I mean, other TDE guys, I'm honestly not really a huge. I mean, Schoolboy Q's album, okay, it was all right.
You didn't like Isaiah Rashad's?
Oh, what was it? My Crazy Life? That's YG.
That's a Sylvia demo.
I didn't listen to that. So it's not an album?
It's an album.
But it's called Sylvia Demo?
Yes, Tom. It's an album, but it's called Sylvia Demo.
Do I sound like... Oh, wait, are you joking? You're fucking with me right now?
And fish oil also comes in tablets.
You're joking. How about you tell me the fucking truth instead of jerking
It's an
me around?
album. It's an album.
It's not an album. You're fucking with me right now. He's fucking with me, Jerry. He's fucking with me. I just want to know what the album is called.
Well, technically,
it's called
I guess
Sylvia Demo?
or maybe considered an EP. I'm not sure. But I say it's like this, man. You know, in sports, you've got the backup quarterback syndrome, which, you know, it's say you're the quarterback of the team and the team's not doing so great. Meanwhile, in the preseason, I showed some signs of light. So the core fan base is loving them some of me because they've only seen a small sample size of me. So when you take somebody like J-Rock and you get some of his features on Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, the money trees, man.
Right.
Awesome.
Great in theory to think that he would put together a strong project, but gotta fucking hear the album. That's when you're really gonna know if somebody is the real fucking deal. And in my opinion, it's gonna be a real big cop-out if it's got tons of features on it. I want to see you as a leading man. I want to take you seriously because you know what? Out of the TDE cipher last year, you know, when everybody was sucking Kendrick's dick over the Control.
Oh yeah.
That was an overwhelming thing, but I love J-Rock's verse, man. I love J-Rock's verse. J-Rock's got some potential. I can't wait to hear that album. I can't wait.
I hope he does some. I just want some new shit. I don't care if Kendrick. I hope Kendrick goes concept with his next one too, because I don't want just a bunch of songs that are floating around in this ether that don't really fit well together. Like Wolf from Tyler is becoming one of my favorite albums.
Really?
Yeah, I really like that, man. Because you get the theme, you get the camp theme, and you're going through this kid is going through this shit in this weird camp. Because of the internet, even I like albums that have one theme and you're going around and you come in and out of it. Actually, you know what? Because of the internet, if you haven't read the huge script, I don't know that
if you get the whole concept.
Yeah, I don't know that you would get. I mean, World Star. You get what else? I mean, I'm trying to think of. Because the internet mistakes are forever in 3005. But I mean, yeah, I don't know that it's a concept album if you look at all the other shit. But all right, so Wolf. What are some other good concept albums that have come out recently? Hip hop ones.
Concept albums. I would say what we just spoke about before. Mick Jenkins, I guess you could consider that.
Who is that?
Mick Jenkins. He's from Chicago.
Pretty good stuff.
Oh, really good stuff. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a concept in the sense that there's a cohesive theme going throughout the whole album, which is what? Which is the theme of water. Water is pure. Drink plenty of it. You know, it. The more you listen to the album, the more that you got a sense that water meant life. Water meant to refresh yourself.
At some point, does he have a skit where Fleece Johnson is saying that booty is more important than
it? No. Who the fuck is... Wait, who's Fleece Johnson?
Booty was... A man's butt was more important than drinking water.
You know what, Fleece Johnson?
No.
He's this gay dude who he's incarcerated for life.
Fleece Johnson.
Don't tell him he's called the Booty Warrior.
Okay, he kind of looks like you a little bit.
Get the fuck out of here. Fleece Johnson loves men's butts, and he's in a Locked Up. It was a documentary, Locked Up Raw, and he's telling the people filming, he's like,
Man, back then we wanted a dude. We just go out there and get him. These young kids with their pants sagging down their ass, that's some kind of gangster style. That's sexy to us. We like that shit, you know.
And he has he's a high pitched voice, but he looks like a tough old dude.
He does.
Walks around with glasses. Yeah, but he's talking about at some point he's like,
booty was more important than drinking water. You think I'm kidding?
Yeah, watch that. Shit'll get you killed out on these streets.
I will. I saw a documentary a couple years back on prison life in Rikers Island here in New York. Mm-hmm. And there was a guy who was, in a very gangster way, he was letting you know how once he's giving you head, that's it. He was like, your dick is hard. That's it. You got no choice but to just let me finish.
You gotta add some hand slaps. Your dick is hard,
that's
my
it,
nigga.
your dick hard. Like, his dick is hard. What's he gonna do? He's gotta let me finish. His dick hard, like even if he's gay.
He's trying to sound hard while he has some dude coming in his mouth.
Right, exactly.
That's a weird thing. Man.
That might have been Fleece Johnson's accomplice.
I mean, what else he gonna do? You know, he got to bust somewhere. You know, I don't even care.
He's got to do it somewhere.
It's in my mouth.
Did you ever have a fear of being incarcerated? Like when you thought about being, and I know everybody right now they're thinking of fucking of the lawyer from the Boondocks and getting ass raped. Your biggest fear in prison is what?
Besides American Me and getting like knifed in your anus?
Well, let's explore that.
What did he get knifed in his butt or did they fuck him? What happened in that?
I never saw American Me.
You never saw American? It's pretty good. It's sad though. It's rough. Edward James almost goes to prison, gets like destroyed by his own people because he basically realizes that it's all bullshit and he wants to try and get out. I mean, it's been a few years since I watched it, but anyway, the worst shit that can happen. I mean, any sort of rape is way on the top. Way on the top. Getting shanked with like a knife that it's covered in shit, perhaps. That's a thing. They also do this thing called a slow burn that I heard about, which is like, you know, they get some dude who has AIDS and then cover his a shank in his blood, then stab you with it.
So it's not the actual concept of losing your freedom that scares you?
That too, of course. But I'm saying, you're saying, is that worse? Is losing your freedom?
Yeah,
it's all. No, we're talking about like eating radioactive shit versus other toxic shit. It's horrible, no matter how you look at it. But losing your freedom, is that worse than getting raped? I don't know how do you analyze that?
How do you scale that?
Yeah, you mean like, would you rather lose your freedom or get raped once? I mean, like, well,
I'd rather get raped.
I mean, I think that's everyone. I think.
Well, at that point, if I'm requesting to get the raping,
you're losing your freedom anyway if you're getting raped. But it's only for like 10 minutes versus your rest of your fucking life. I mean, you have to choose the quick
Well,
one.
I've spoken about this before about the human beings and fear. I think it's a TED Talk that I saw. Can't remember the name of the person who did it, of course.
Nardwuar.
Do it.
I know you guys are scared out there that some Fleece Johnson's gonna take your butt, but you gotta go ahead and get what you want.
So the TED Talk that I saw, this person was using an example of they told a group of people that a group of sailors is stranded at sea. So they spoke about what are the main causes of death if you're stranded out at sea. And far and wide, people said things like, oh, you know, whatever, the predators in the
water.
Yeah, predators in the water. They were going to end up killing themselves. No one listed what was probably the most likely thing, which is the fact that everyone's going to starve to death.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just the idea that we love to make up in our minds the most extravagant and the most sensationalized scenario when things will normally conclude in a more natural and just
slow
and just a slow way. So I'm just thinking, just the concept of being in prison, I'm thinking of just laying in bed and just knowing that I won't be able to enjoy the simple things anymore. Like I won't be able to get up and take a shit in my bathroom and maybe rub one out on the sink because I've got like somebody up on the top bunk and he'll be watching me very feverishly. Hey, go ahead, boy. You go ahead and take that piss.
Oh,
you know, boy. So you won't get the simple things anymore. And I honestly think that once you're in jail, you adjust to the environment. I mean, maybe you get the shit kicked out of you for the first 2 months, and if you're Andy Dufresne, you get fucking butt raped for like what, 2 years?
Yeah, but the thing about that is, I mean, humans just adapt to shit. Like, even if the worst shit that can happen to you, I mean, people, you know, like the dead giveaway, when that dude Ariel Castro was like raping these girls in the basement, you somehow go into some place in your head and create an environment where you can survive the most horrible shit that happens. Not that, I mean. So yeah, you in any situation you'll figure some way out of it, even if it's donating pieces of your sanity in order to live through it, which is I think what usually happens.
If you just went into prison, the guard opens up the gate. The guard opens up the gate. You're terrified. You don't know what to expect.
I'm so done.
Then as you walk inside the cell and the guard closes the cell, Mike Seatown is on the top bunk. So you see this black guy. He's about 140 pounds.
Wait, no, it's not Mike Seatown. It's I don't know him. I don't know Mike.
He's 125 pounds with his keys and his boots on, and he's telling you where you're going to sleep, when you're going to eat, and everything else. How do you react?
You have to... There are two paths. You either do it or you punch him in his throat, and you're probably going to get shanked and destroyed. But maybe they'll respect you more at that point. I don't know. Because, I mean, there are rules to prison. I mean, and you don't just... Is this min or max security? Because if it's like some gen pop, you know, I think there are a lot of prisons where it's sort of like Orange is the New Black, where everyone's sitting in bunks in an open area and no one's fighting each other. Everyone's just sort of doing their time. If it's like that, I'm just gonna follow the rules. But if it's some max security shit, and I know there's gonna be fighting, maybe I don't know.
These TV shows with their jail, they make jail seem like such a charming place. Like if I go to jail,
no, they don't, dude.
If I go to jail, I'll use Oz as an example because Oz is a show that I loved back in the day, and Oz was a terrible environment. I mean, you had people walking around like Adebisi who just raped you at the drop of a fucking hat.
Who's that?
Adebisi is
Is he an African character?
Yes, I believe he was African. Just look him up. Just
I'm going to rape you now.
Yeah, okay. Basically. I mean, Adebisi raped numerous people, and the funny thing about Adebisi
for no reason, you just come.
I mean, Adebisi was just one of the alpha dogs in the jail. I mean, you know, he was moving a lot of drugs. He had his own group of people, his own little business within there. So he ran shit from his end. And every once in a while, you know, he had to get him some, and you know, he would rape some of his men too sometimes. But
oh my fucking god! But does anyone get him in the end? Does anyone just cut his throat?
At least he gets killed. Don't remember how he gets killed, but he definitely doesn't make it alive. He does not make it alive. So they make prison seem like a place where you're going to meet so many charming characters, and you know. And I'm a person who loves contrast. I love and I'm obsessed with the idea that I wouldn't know what a loving person is unless I knew what a hateful person was. And, you know, somehow how they're all correlated together because of that dynamic. And I love the fact that I'll go to a jail and I'll see the tough guy, I'll see the wimpy guy, I'll see the fat guy, I'll see the gay guy, I'll see the warden. And they make jail seem like such a growing experience. Almost, it makes you want to commit a crime and go into jail.
I'm
joking, by the way, people.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that you
I can't
wanna
believe
go
this guy.
there? I can stop listening now because you're going to jail soon.
Yeah, if that shit was real, if they really, I mean, Orange is the New Black does a really good job of presenting a narrative within a prison environment, but like, make no mistake about it, that shit would. Why am I telling you this as if you actually want to go? You know it's not like that, right? You know jail is not fun.
I'm still going.
Right?
I'm still going. I don't care.
I'm going in, man. I'm going in.
I don't give a crap. I am.
You go around ripping tags off beds and pillows to try and get caught by the feds.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah, come get me.
Or die trying. Don, we got to talk about something that's been taking the internet by storm over the past few days. I know you haven't seen it, but I have. And it's not so much about the movie as much as it's the reaction of the movie. That's great. So Lifetime put out the Aaliyah movie, Princesses of R&B, about 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
So this movie was produced, if I'm not mistaken. Well, she was one of the producers on the show by Wendy Williams. Like she was one of the big names that was pushing this. Probably
and we mean big.
Really big.
She's a big lady, dude.
She's got big tits.
She's like 6'5".
Wendy Williams looks like a stick with tits. That's what she looks like. She's just her fake tits are so unproportionate to the rest of her body that it almost looks good. That it almost looks just right. But it's just
how you doing?
How you doing? So anyway, so they put out this movie, and let me tell you, if you guys haven't seen the Aaliyah movie, I'll save you a lot of time. First of all, she dies at the end. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
You're actually not kidding. I mean, what are you
I'm not kidding. The movie is terrible mainly because of the casting. Not so much Aaliyah, though there probably could have been a better casting job done with Aaliyah, but the overwhelmingly bad casting was Missy Elliott, Timbaland, fucking R. Kelly, and Dame Dash. Dame Dash looked like a wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. Like, he looks like an athlete. Now, Dame Dash was never a big fat guy, or he's not a guy that you would see on the street and you would point him out. Right? He's an average looking, body type. This guy that they picked to be Dame Dash, he looked like he could have been a point guard for the Knicks. Like, he looked like he was about 6'3", very lean, wiry guy, and it just didn't make any sense.
How important?
If Nipsey Hussle were playing that part, it would make more sense if that was Nipsey Hussle's character.
I don't know who that is, so I'm just gonna ignore it.
Continue.
But how important are likenesses in these biopics? Because that's the first thing that comes up in any biopic that's about to come up. Like Lincoln, for instance, the first thing that comes out are pictures of Daniel Day-Lewis with the big ass beard, and this stupid ass top hat, and everyone's like, "Whoa, look, he looks just like him." Mm-hmm. And the TLC movie, you get likenesses of the characters. The fuck. Any biopic, you'll notice this. The Jimi Hendrix one with Andre 3000. That's
pretty accurate.
Right, but people seem more concerned with that than the actual acting, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that
the person look like the guy they're portraying.
I mean, the look is what draws people in. The look is what draws everybody in. I know Martin Luther King. There's a film that's going to be put out about him.
Rosetta.
Selma.
Rosetta. All right, yeah.
Right, it was Selma, Alabama. I don't know where it is.
Selma Blair.
Selma Blair.
I like her.
So, that guy that they casted to play Martin Luther King looks like Martin Luther King, and that's not the most important thing.
It's not.
But you shouldn't make it to the point where it's distracting you from enjoying the character. If you
got Terrence, my boy Terrence Howard can play MLK, is that what you're saying to me?
Well, I have reservations against that.
Big body. I'm so sweaty out here in DC. I'm nervous too.
I should have seen that coming. I knew you weren't seriously saying that. I should have seen that coming.
No, I really though. What if Terrence Howard wanted to play him?
I have reservations against people playing large roles like that when they already have a big name, because then it's Terrence Howard playing Martin Luther King as opposed to some guy you don't know playing somebody that you do know. I liked what they did with the Jackie Robinson movie. You know, after that, the same guy's playing James Brown now.
He plays everybody now.
Yeah, he's going to play you soon. So...
The Dominic Rabbit movie.
Sometimes I just think, I just wish I had more in my life. You know what I mean?
And then it just cuts out to some Death Grips music.
Of course. So the movie was distracting. You couldn't enjoy it because the casting was so lousy. And also, I should mention that the family didn't approve of the film either. So it really makes you think, if the family didn't approve of it, you probably shouldn't have put it out. And if you did put it out, you probably should have handled it with a little more care. But the thing that's happening right now is, by the way, she's still the second most trending thing on Twitter. She was the number one trending thing on Twitter last night. We're speaking to you guys Monday night right now at 7:45. So, the reaction of the movie, it's not one of those things where it's, hey, it's mixed reviews. It's a unanimous shit nugget all across the internet.
How bad is the acting? Like, all I hear about is the likenesses. How bad was the acting?
To me, the acting isn't that bad.
So everyone's just shitting on the fact that she doesn't look like
no.
Aaliyah.
It's this thing too. It's this thing. It's one of those things that they do in biopics where they make a character too much of a visionary. You know, R. Kelly, who
he sees some apple juice in the grocery store, and he's like, zooms it on his face.
R. Kelly's with her in the studio. You know, he produced her first album. You know, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and he listens to her, sing. And then in a couple scenes, she's talking to him, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy that we're doing this together." And he's like, "Hey, I knew you were a star when I laid eyes on you," like with this serious fucking look, and it just feeds like they're favoring someone too much here.
Every biopic is like that. Like you said, it's the scene where. In any Jimi Hendrix movie, you have to have a scene where he's a kid and he's walking around like, man, I'm so fucking poor, goddamn, what am I going to do? And he looks through a pawn shop window and he sees a guitar and he goes, whoa, everything slows down. It's because we're looking at it from this context, and because you only have an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. So everything has to get forced. You just crammed through this pipe. I rewatched Notorious last night.
Oh.
And at the time when I saw it in the theater, I sort of liked it. Now I'm like, eek, it's kind of corny. You know, these movies, Notorious, that needs to be a show. It needs to be a 13-episode show.
That would have probably been more enjoyable.
Yeah, make it slow. I don't want to see... This is some stupid scene where Diddy's like, yeah, you gotta rap over this, and it's like, man, ain't nobody gonna like this. And like the next scene is him rolling in millions. It's too fast, and you don't get.
I liked what they did in Walk the Line with Johnny Cash, Joaquin Phoenix. I love the scene where Joaquin Phoenix he's playing his Jesus music for the local studio guy, the guy that owned the studio. Are you familiar with the movie?
No, I haven't watched it.
Oh, you never saw Walk the Line? Okay, so Johnny Cash is performing a God-fearing song for this record exec who owns a studio in his hometown, and it's a song that doesn't have a lot of emotion, and you can tell that Johnny isn't invested into the song. He's like, Jesus save me, oh Jesus save me. It was empty. But then after that, the dude gave him this mind-blowing monologue about, so you're 100% sure that if the world was ending today, this is what you want the world to hear. This is the type of music that you think saves people's lives. And the guy was like, I disagree with you if that's what you think, because the sort of music that change people's lives is the music that moves you, the music that you believe in. So he was just basically telling Johnny, I don't believe you when you sing this song. And then after that, it was a movie moment. And after that, he sang a song that sounded like Johnny Cash's true voice.
What did he sing? I hurt myself today.
No, it wasn't that.
People really love his rendition of that song, but I'm like, it's all right.
You never been a fan of her?
People are gonna skewer me for that.
You know, maybe the song that he performed after that is like a real notable Johnny Cash song, but obviously I'm not much of a fan to remember or know if it was an actual thing. And that was the moment that he performed
Ring of Fire.
No, well, I would have known if it was Ring of Fire. Definitely wasn't Ring of Fire. But it was just another record. But my point is that I liked how they presented that because they gave you the idea that Johnny Cash started somewhere and he had the talent, but he was at a sort of level where he didn't know exactly how to execute what he wanted to execute. And it took what this guy had to say to light something up in his head. Like, he wasn't always this fucking a musical genius. Like, people would lead you to believe it's like it was a process. And I like the idea of that. Not this self-serving thing where it was like, the minute you came into the studio, you were fucking gold. There is no maturation process. You were born like this. Which I disagree with. I don't think you're born like that.
Wait, hold on. You don't think people are born with... obviously not being mature ultra-skilled musicians is what you're saying.
I think you are born with a certain set of skills, but cue the Malcolm Gladwell reference. You've got to hack away at that. You've got to go at it because anyone has talent. Anyone is born with talent. But it's developing the skill that turns you that what makes you a master at your craft. Maybe somebody could make the case and say, well, I don't know how fucking old Mozart was when he started writing work. I have no clue. What was he like a fetus when he did it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not sure. There's child prodigies. There's like 1 in a million people. That can be the case too. But most of the people that we revere for whatever their talents are, they worked at it. They fucking busted their ass, and they weren't always perfect. Like they're, perceiving Aaliyah to be in this film. But you're right. It's only an hour. They only have an hour and a half. I understand that.
You know what is one of the best musical themed biopics is the Jackson 5 movie, man.
Okay.
That shit was great. You get a few generations of Michael. You get his hair burning and the Pepsi shit.
Oh, my hair.
It hurts, Mom.
You get him you get his brother flirting with Hazel in the pool. And his dad mean as shit, walking around with his Jerry curls. Come on, Michael. Come on now. Get out of that pool. I'm mean. Everything I say is fucking mean. Let's go now. Come on.
So he was written like a Tyler Perry character then. You
ain't have no fun.
He was one-dimensional. He just had one emotion the whole movie.
You get Angela Bassett. I don't want you, Joseph. I don't want you no more. Like, all right, chill. Right. Bitch, damn. All I did was fuck.
The other thing that I want to mention here, the fact that the movie got such bad reviews, you would expect somebody like Wendy Williams to address this on her show. And by the way, Timberland actually spoke out against this movie on Instagram. He hated it. So you would think that Wendy Williams today, she would have responded to all the bad reactions. And her reaction to the whole thing was simply, everyone has their opinions. Meanwhile, the movie was the second highest rated TV movie of the year. Which,
yeah, because it got viral,
Yeah, but that was that. But Aaliyah did that. You didn't do that.
Oh,
that was out of respect for Aaliyah because we were interested. I sat with Miss Respect and we watched this because I was a fan of Aaliyah in both ways. I wanted to schmoigel her goyle, and I like the music. You understand? So it was out of respect for her. It wasn't because Wendy Williams was, producing the project or anything like that. You have to address this or people lose respect for you.
What should she have said? I'm sorry, I knew it was fucking shit.
No. Look, I get the idea that when you put out content, personally, it's not about whether people like it or not. You got to be indifferent to both people who like it or hate it. But when you are in the business of dissecting the things that other people do, you've got to acknowledge the fact that one of the biggest people in hip hop fucking hated the movie that he was featured in. He played a huge role in making Aaliyah the brand that she was before she died. Her most memorable songs were produced by that fucking man. And he didn't approve of it. So if you won't speak out because of the family, okay, let's correlate it into entertainment news. Because if tomorrow some stripper or some groupie puts out a video about Justin Bieber, guess what? It's going to show up on her show. It's on her radar. So she has to...
So you're saying this is the same if someone else had done, if she had been removed from the process and someone else had made a shitty Aaliyah movie, she would have been
my God, it would have been the whole entire... Wendy Williams starts out this show with a segment that she calls Hot Topics. So she's right there when she says a little, when she does that, then she goes off into Top Topics where she talks about the gossip of the day. Man, let me tell you, if anyone else would have made this Aaliyah movie and Timberland would have bashed the movie, she would have been talking about this shit for about 10 minutes. So you would just like to see some consistency. That's all. You just like to see some consistency, and you lose a little respect for somebody like that. You do.
Not that I respected her much before.
Well, I respect Wendy Williams because she's been she's been in the broadcasting industry for years. You know, she was a shit on radio, and I don't really watch her now that she's on TV, but she's a very respected figure, in the journalism, in the entertainment journalism industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, the content which she speaks of, you wouldn't respect somebody for that, but her integrity, plays a part. I don't care if you eat shit and you tape it and you put it online. There's a certain amount of integrity that you're supposed to carry yourself with along with the shit eating.
Maybe, even if you literally eat shit or you put SpaghettiOs in your pussy.
Maybe that's a bad example.
How
many views does that video have?
Like 2 million. I think it might be more than 2 million.
What was the name of it?
Interior semiotics.
Interior semiotics.
That's art right there. If it was her goal to make a really shitty art video, she did the best.
2.1 million.
It's like, what if you thought of it? It's like asking some 17-year-old kid, what's the stupidest shit you could do? Put SpaghettiOs in your pussy. All right, let me stop. Now I'm doing it.
You know what? Now that I'm typing up this video again and I see that it has 2.1 million, I see people's reactions, and I'm actually intrigued to watch what else people had to say about this that maybe I didn't catch.
That's the point of art. It does not mean
no. I'm sure it's just people shitting all over it. I'm sure that's what it is.
It is what is in your mind, d.respect.
What is
Was that all good?
What does that mean?
I was just trying to be some guru or something.
Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. Speaking of gurus, this is actually a shitty segue. This has nothing to do with gurus, so I lied. But yesterday, something happened to me. So I'm walking to the Giant. You don't know what a Giant is.
It's a store.
It's a Stop and Shop. That's what it is.
It's a store.
It's a shop. It's a Giant. Okay, I was walking, and you get the homeless man with the crutches. He's always there, and here's his spiel. He goes, "Excuse me, man, can you get something to eat, please? Excuse me, sir, can you give me something to eat, please? Excuse me, man, can you give me something to eat, please?" And I walked past him, and I thought to myself, I didn't want to give him a buck. I think I have my quota. I think every 2 months I'll give something to some homeless guy, some shit. But I look back at him, and I think to myself, he says, "Excuse me, can you help me get something to eat?" That's his goal, is to eat, right? So I think to myself, I got clever, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to the store. Let me get him something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get him a non-perishable item. I guess not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get him a hot chicken wing. I figure
or get him a can of something.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get something that you can have, it's in a bag or a package, and you can close easily, right? So I think to myself, I'm going to get some chips. I don't know what kind of chips I'm going to get, but at any point, stop me and tell me that I was a fucking asshole or I messed up at any point.
Oh, it's before you started the story, but continue.
All right. I settle on some Pringles. All right. You reach in the tube, get your stupid crisps. You can close it back. Yeah, you can transport it easily. All right? Pringles. I bring them back out with all my groceries or whatever the fuck, and he's still doing his shit, catcalling people. You can give us me, please. And I stop in front of him, about an arm's length away. I didn't want to get that close. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Hey, do you like chips, man?" And he's like, "I already got chips, man. I'm trying to get some hot, you know. I'm trying to get some chicken, some beef, you know what I'm saying?"
What?
I looked at this motherfucker. I was like, "Oh, you fuck!" And I just kept walking, right? And he knew even before I started reaching in my bag. So I got chips, man. I start walking away, and he goes, "I'm trying to go sit in the carryout or something." You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to sit in the what is that?
I'm trying to go sit in the carryout. You don't know what a carryout is?
No.
It's Chinese joint. You know, like a cheap $5 wing place.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said that to me as I walked away, and that's all he said. And I didn't say anything to him. But it's shitty for many reasons. And then I'm wondering to myself, am I so privileged that I feel like he has to get on his knees and thank me for giving him something? But then I think to myself, that's how you get shit from people. If you want to, there are ways to get things from people, and just sitting there like mumbling is not the way to get things. Do you know what I mean?
You'd rather him perform.
I mean, that's
dance,
a really,
motherfucker, dance.
Giving things to people, whether it's a story or a if you're a super polite homeless dude, people will look out for you because people just like that shit for some reason. I guess because you seem non-threatening, and they're like, "Oh, how could he be in this position?" But I mean, he's just doing a bad job of being homeless, I think.
He's doing a bad job of being homeless.
How shitty is that?
That's a funny sentence. That sentence, if you could write that down for me right now. It's a
bad job. Yeah, it's just he could do better. I mean, then again, I'm not taking into account whatever mental illness he might be going through as well. I mean, who knows? Yeah.
So your logic is, I don't want to give him money because he might spend this on alcohol or something else, right?
It's not that. If he told me he was gonna go get some whiskey, I'd probably be more likely to give him something. He said he wanted something to eat. He didn't say, "I want some fucking whiskey. Give me $1."
So wait a minute. So remind me. So why walk into the store and not give him cash?
I already. Wait, what? Because I didn't feel like it. Yeah.
Okay, just because you didn't feel like it.
Yeah. I was like, what, am I on trial or something? No, I didn't feel like it, dude. It's my fucking money.
Your Honor, let the record show that Dom didn't feel like it. That's what he said.
I didn't. But, yeah.
Stenographers typing up. Go ahead. What does a stenographer sound like, Dom? I thought you were gonna type up your fucking.
I wanted to, but I didn't want it to act like stop the recording. How fucked up would that be?
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah, but this guy, he's like, "I got chips already." Like, why don't you fucking eat that? Just tell people you're looking for a hot meal. Mm-hmm. Be specific. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that. That would have been better, because maybe people are. Like, I just want to get some chicken wings or something. If he had said that, maybe someone would have bought him some wings. Who knows?
Well, man, I don't know if all homeless people operate like that. I guess in cities...
The majority probably don't. I'm going to give him credit.
In cities where... I mean, you've got to be able to find a page out there somewhere on the internet that shows you the earning potential that a homeless person has if they panhandle in New York City and if they panhandle in Georgia. Like,
this is an urban myth, by the way, that you can make a good living from peddling. I don't believe that for one fucking minute.
Well, it depends how often you do it. Depends the grind, son. But I'm saying that you live in a city that say the annual income is, better than if you're going to Dakota or something.
For sure. I mean, that's why the cost of living is so high.
Yeah, so you would figure that maybe this is just a fucking dumb argument because everyone sees where I'm going with this. So then you figure that the homeless guy would be more well off than a homeless guy in Dakota.
Damn, no, but you're right.
So
though,
maybe,
there's
maybe
less homeless shelters.
Maybe he gets changed a lot more often, and he can be a bit selective.
Because I guarantee you, there are way more homeless. There are way more shelters here. There are way more nonprofit organizations giving out blankets to people here. This place is a hotbed for, I guess, like bleeding heart liberals who are really Republicans too, maybe, who just want to give things back and feel better about themselves. Maybe that was me too. Maybe that's what happened. Because what I wanted was some stupid fucking moment where it's like, yo, you got me Pringles, my dude. Thank you so much, man. No one ever looks at me out here, man. Like, so I had to ask myself, what the fuck was I looking for? Why was I doing it?
Yeah, that's the reaction. We attach ourselves a lot to the reaction that we think we'll get from people when we give them shit. When we're digging in our pocket and we give them $1. I guess the only thing that they can really say that would make you pleased after the exchange will be if they just say, "Oh, thank you, God bless you."
Yeah, that's the best.
That's all it is. But sometimes, a homeless guy will look at his hand and kind of say, whatever, and then he'll keep it moving. Which then,
whenever you give them change, they hate it.
Yeah, whenever you give them change, and they kind of sort of just go, "Oh, fuck you." So then you feel like shit. But
I asked for this.
But you have to remember, Dom, that you're giving out of the goodness of your heart. You're not giving because you want something in return. This isn't a barter system. This is a system of giving. This is charity.
But I didn't tell you how hot he was.
Oh, how hot was he?
It's pretty hot. Yeah, but you're right. It's out of the goodness of my heart. So maybe I shouldn't be angry. Maybe I should just be like Jesus and be like, "I forgive you, my child." I forgive you, my child. That's how Jesus sounded. I forgive you.
I thought he didn't speak English.
Yeah. Yes.
Jesus speaks English now.
Thanks, bro. But yeah. So I think I need to, because he's just some homeless dude. He has literally like nothing to lose besides his life, I guess. At this point, he doesn't have any. So I'm sitting here upset because some dude didn't take my stupid can of Pringles. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. I'm trying to get some wings, son. It's kind of funny. What do you think?
Trying to get the good shit, my nigga.
I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to eat what you gonna eat. What you gonna eat when you get home, fat motherfucker? Yeah. I'm trying to eat that. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you take me to your place and give me some of that instead of those bitch ass chips?
I mean, what he's displaying to you is that he's ambitious.
Yeah,
he's an ambitious homeless person. He is like.
I'm trying to get up in the world, man. I'm trying to get them wings, man. Wings to me is like fucking Ruth's Chris, dude.
Like he's talking over the fire with the rest of his homeless folk in the alley. Like, I know about y'all. Like, I'm trying to get the good shit, but y'all just content. We're getting Pringles.
He's the Kendrick of homeless people.
He's dancing with his right elbow in the alley. By the way, guys, we were mentioning the whole Kendrick and the right arm thing because there's a hilarious video that I'll put in the description below that Dom sent me before the podcast, where somebody took the chicken dance and they mashed it up with footage of Kendrick's "I Love Myself" video, and it's just great, man. Whoever came up with this is a fucking visionary.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but
nice work.
Yeah, I sing better than Kendrick. I dance better. Why did I say sing? I'm having some Freudian slips, man.
Freud!
You know why? You know why? Because I never my hot chicken yet, man.
Because you didn't get your hot chicken?
My hot chicken. That's what I really wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Maybe I should have given him a 5. Fuck.
You should have given him a 5?
Yeah, but no. You know what would have happened? If I'd given him a 5, you would have been like, "Yeah, thanks, man." And he would just kept talking to people. Mm-hmm. That wasn't his goal. He probably wanted a 20. He probably wanted more than that. He was waiting just to collect, and then he would have gone to the carryout. And I'm so outcome dependent on this. Why can't I just say, give him the money and walk the fuck away? What does it matter how he reacts?
Misrespect works for a not-for-profit organization here that houses. I mean, if you guys listen to the podcast that I did with her, you know what she does. It houses homeless people who have HIV, and you know she's always explaining to me that she doesn't give money to homeless people anymore. She doesn't.
I mean, because she's doing fucking God's work. I mean, she's doing already like way more than any person, any average person.
That and the fact that she knows that help is readily available for these people.
Oh wait, so what's her insight then? Like, what does she know?
Well, that's just it. It's that there's a lot.
Wow.
There's a lot of not-for-profit organizations here in the city that they can apply for, that they can get housed. There's a lot of these. I mean, you know, we're living in New York City. We are living in in a liberal state here. So there are a lot of programs like that. Like, you know, like I'm sure you said that there's a lot of that in DC. So yeah, my thing has always been, and I've told you guys about this, I always look at a homeless person based on their age. If the guy is younger than, if he's in his 40s and he's asking me for change and he's not missing a limb, he's a lazy fuck who ought to go get a job. Because I could think of many businesses, and I mean supermarkets, I mean barbershops, I mean just grocery stores, electronic stores that will pay somebody $5 to sweep up a shop at night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just something, you know, and you clean yourself up. If you do odd jobs, eventually it'll serve you a lot more than, you know, panhandling on the street. Or maybe just the panhandling is a lucrative business and I'm just not aware of it.
I think we might be not taking into account the mental illness aspect. Like I mentioned earlier, these guys
is liberal. We ought to give them a chance because we have to consider all the variables.
I didn't say give him a chance, but I mean, how do I know that I'm not, when I walk away from the chicken guy, he's not saying, man, fucking hard candy aliens trying to get me too, man. You know what I'm saying? So that guy, is he remotely responsible enough to try and look for grants on the internet for being homeless? You know what I mean?
Hey, man, you it's not your job to consider all of that. Ultimately, we're all responsible for ourselves.
That is true,
and there is some truth, and you know, in the empathy that you're showing by saying that I should take into account the mental. But that's not your part. It's not your part. And as a person who is generally liberal about these kind of things, I do understand that argument, but it's just simply not my job, and it's just an asinine thing to always give somebody the best. By the way, I mean, this has nothing to do with that topic whatsoever, but this sort of reminds me of what happened recently on Bill Maher's show with Ben Affleck.
Oh, they argued apparently.
Yeah, if you
and Ben Affleck was doing the super Islamic thing where he's like, you don't know these people, that sort of thing.
Ben Affleck was there on the panel. Affleck, what is it? I always call like the insurance.
It doesn't matter.
Affleck. Long story short, Ben Affleck was on the panel, you know, at Real Time, and there was a guy there who's, you know, he's very, you know, he's written books on the Islamic faith. So he was just basically saying that, you know, the problem with most Americans are that most liberal Americans is that we would agree that the problems that we're most concerned about is the lack of respect and privileges that women get, how the poor are treated. These are all things that are lacking within the Islamic faith. But when you criticize it, liberals jump out and say, you can't generalize. You can't generalize because it's discrimination to make those statements and to say that that's what Islam is about. But the guy who was arguing against Ben Affleck, he told Ben Affleck something that's so vital and it's something that just went over Ben Affleck's head because Ben Affleck was there and he was like, "Oh, you're making general statements. There's aunts, there's uncles there. There are Americanized people over there," which is true. But then he said, "But Ben, we have to be able to criticize bad ideas." And he said, and Islam it's like the mothership of bad ideas, dude. Like, so you know, I just brought that up just to say that, you know, I understand that argument of, you know, I should take into account that, you know, these people have mental illnesses. But honestly, man, the conversations that I've had with d.respect just about the mind of addicts and just how manipulative they can be, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, there's no one better.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to form a connection to some guy that I met on the train and try to psychoanalyze him to try to figure out if there's something wrong with his new...
Like, make no mistake about it, they are... You think you're cool, you proverbial person, hypothetical person with your job, and you think you're stable and everything. You think you're good at your job. They are a black belt and getting you to feel sorry for them and give them shit. Mm-hmm. So realize who you're fucking dealing with in those moments.
Yep, you're dealing with a black belt in manipulation.
They will destroy you.
Right. So I mean, go ahead, give your money to the poor people. Go ahead, keep doing it. Keep doing that.
Yo, man, I just want chicken, man. I don't want bitch ass Pringles. I don't even like sour cream and onion.
Check this out. Right in my hand, right. What I have here is 6 cents. You want it or not?
I don't want that shit. I want folding bills. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want.
All right, you want this stuff, huh? Well, you're not gonna get it, sir. You're not gonna get it.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Everyone looking down on me. You know, I don't care. You know, life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
That sounded so poetic.
Yeah, it was from a Langston Hughes poem.
Okay.
Very beautiful poem from Langston Hughes. That dude was, yeah. I fucking stole it from him.
You see, D can spot gems. D can spot a gem. I knew it. I knew it.
Maybe he would have been a rapper. Who knows?
Langston Hughes, wasn't he gay?
No, he fucked a lot of girls.
Langston Hughes wasn't gay?
No, dude. He liked women a lot.
Am I confusing him with another black poet?
Maybe. Yeah, probably. Maybe you're thinking of James Baldwin.
James Baldwin. That's who I'm thinking of. You are.
Really high-pitched voice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He kind of looks like Basquiat.
No, get out of here. Basquiat was way better looking.
Oh, was he? Okay. So you're the gay one.
James Baldwin looks like
Bill
a
Cosby.
gremlin. Like a gremlin.
Like Bill Cosby.
Like a tiny gremlin, dude.
Oh, God. Hey, you know what we didn't get to speak about, and I wanted to speak about this on the podcast with Mike Seatown. Do you have any words about the video that went viral over the internet with the guy slapping the girl?
Like with most viral videos, I found myself laughing and shouting and ohing at my first viewing of it. And after listening to, I think, Opie and Jimmy talk about it over and over and over again, I'm like, ugh, okay. Do I have any words about it? The same shit everyone always says, don't put your hands on anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. But, like, especially if you're a woman, the confidence with which she slapped this dude who's 7 feet tall is this confidence of someone who does not have the fear of someone ripping your anus out and feeding it to you. Do you know what I'm saying? The way... You ever seen a drunk girl try and slug some dude in the street? They hit you with the ferocity of someone who... You would think that they're Chael Sonnen or something. Or Rampage Jackson, the way they... Oh, Lord. These people... No one should be fighting.
What bothered me the most about the video wasn't the girl. It wasn't the girl, and it definitely wasn't the 6'4" giant that slapped the shit out of her. It's that fucking idiot that jumps in to save her.
And goes, "Wah!" Oh no! I thought you meant the world.
No, not the guy, not Wario who jumped in front of the camera. Wario, not him. I mean, the
guy who jumps in to save her, was he with them?
I don't know. You know, it's not clear whether he was with them or not.
Maybe it was his girlfriend. At that point, you just have to you either help her or you're done forever.
Dude, I don't think that was his girlfriend because
he was just, hey, you can't do that.
Because just the way he was just sitting back. Because you would think if that's your girlfriend and you're willing to jump in for her, you would do the necessary things to diffuse the situation before. You know, you would do something. He was just sitting there and laughing. So either he was with the group or he was just with the girl that he was sitting next to, and you know, maybe they kind of know each other. But either way, as a logical human being, to sit there and to watch everything transpire the way that it did, and if you jump out to save her, then you're just as idiotic as she is. If you don't understand that she had that coming, and oh, by the way, you got your ass whipped by the end of the video too. Yeah, you got your ass whipped because that did not look like a good decision after you walked away from there.
You know what would be a fucking nightmare, and we've been over this already, is if you're like the dude's boyfriend, the girl's boyfriend, and that Sarah Silverman movie where she's in the beginning,
The Way the Gun.
The fuck out. Yeah, if your girlfriend was like that on a, like, getting drunk and yelling, fuck yeah, fuck, like poking dudes in their eyeballs, and if you had to be sitting there like, oh boy, you know you're gonna get your ass whooped, or you're gonna have to whoop some guy's ass who whether or not he provoked it, as long as he's not putting his hands on her, obviously, having to sort of jump in would be fucking horrendous.
Yes. I pray.
Also, I don't want to do that for my fucking drunk male friends either. But at least I know that they fucking have some idea of what they're gonna get into.
See, but dudes don't do that to each other. Even if you're drunk,
you know what you're like. You're not gonna do shit. You're not. Well, actually, they do kind of. It's like, hey man, do dudes still do the shoulder rub?
What's the shoulder rub?
I always thought this was. So
Is that like the Kendrick dance?
No, man. It's when you walk up to somebody and imagine we're facing each other, right? We approach and we start. I place my right breast and shoulder against your.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Breast,
We start
and rub it and pushing, right?
Right.
Like 2 rounds.
So make you move.
Like,
So make you
hey,
move.
man,
So make you move.
Yeah,
So make you
you
move. So make you move. So make you move. So make you move.
So I always thought that was so fucking homoerotic. They're just rubbing, like, go on, man, go on, son, go on.
That's the look of two people that don't want to fight, and they just want somebody to separate them.
Yeah. Just, if we had nature documentaries of our modern times, that would be one thing. David Attenborough, the 2 males approach each other and begin the ritual.
Yeah.
Hey man, yo,
Yeah.
What you trying? You trying to start something? Don't touch
Get
me
away.
either, man. Don't touch
away.
me.
Get
Yo,
away.
you move back.
No,
Yo,
you move
no
back.
man,
You
you
move
don't
back.
want
Don't
none of
fucking
this,
push me.
man.
Don't behave.
You don't
Like,
want none
no,
of this, man.
No, yo,
I'm
gonna stand right here next to you.
Back up, man.
I'm
No,
gonna back up when you back up.
Either.
When you
No.
back up. No, wait,
I'm
hold a
gonna
minute.
move
Then
forward
he
and then
shouldn't have
move
touched me. Then he
backwards,
should don't touch
possibly.
me. Don't touch
You know,
me.
because time is impermanent. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Ralphie,
I can go anywhere.
Ralphie,
No, man.
don't touch me.
I can go
Don't
anywhere in
touch
this
me.
dimension
Yeah.
if I feel like it.
Dog.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you ain't.
That's all
No, you ain't
that's all
passing
I'm
this
trying to
part of
say.
the dimension. No,
I am not permanent in this life.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say to you.
Yo, from my viewpoint right now, your lips are looking
yeah.
very luscious.
Yeah, yo,
They're
for
looking
real.
very luscious.
You know what I was thinking
And
about
I'm
too,
like,
man?
yeah,
This
what?
is, you know,
What?
I feel bad that
What?
we were even doing this. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop and we should go talk later.
Yeah.